broadcasting from the Studio Clubhouse, Radio Free Radio, WRFR, Hampton, Virginia.
Chocolate Milk and Waffle Show. Take 2. It's the Chocolate Milk and Waffle Show. Yeah. It's the Chocolate Milk and Waffle Show. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's the... Okay, that sounds crazy. Chocolate milk and waffles. Who eats that? It's the Chocolate Milk and Waffle Show. Yeah. All right. It's the Chocolate Milk and Waffle Show. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's the Chocolate Milk and Waffle Show. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And this sounds so crazy. Chocolate Milk and Waffle Show. Take 15. It's the Chocolate Milk and Waffle Show. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's the Chocolate Milk and Waffle Show. Yeah. It's the crazy, 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 crazy show. That's what it is. Okay, whatever. I can't.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. Let's get it on.
Who are these guys?
It's my theme music. Every good hero should have some.
Hello, Hampton Roads. Welcome to the Chocolate Milk and Waffle Show with George and Terrell. I'm George. Terrell has the night off this evening, but he is definitely with us in spirit. We are here with Marco Mercado and Stephanie Love of Last Tuesdays. What's up, guys? Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Absolutely. How you guys feeling tonight?
Good.
Pretty good.
Good. Yeah?
Excited.
Good. I'm excited. I'm so glad you guys are here.
A nice thing y'all got going on.
Yeah,
nice.
man, we're trying to expand the community's voice.
Thank you.
Absolutely, and thank you guys for being here again. Last Tuesdays. Where can we start with Last Tuesdays? I think I'll start with my personal Last Tuesday story. So, I'm fairly new in the artistic community, like we were talking before we went on air, and when you start doing spoken word out here, there were certain things that there was Mike Fiend.
Mm-hmm.
There's Last Tuesdays.
Okay.
And there was the Verses and Vibes.
Yeah.
Everybody, those where you wanted to get your features at. And
nice.
I remember it was one of those moments, like I remember where I was when Stephanie hit me up and asked me if I would feature at Last Tuesdays for the first time. And I felt so unworthy. I was in Town Center, and it was a bunch of us from the venue. We had walked over to Funny Bone for Clash of the Comics. We were watching Elsa compete. After the show, we were all walking back through Town Center back over to my apartment, and that's when you messaged me, and I was blown away, and I felt so accomplished. I was like, I just got offered a Last Tuesday spot.
Nice.
So personally, thank you both on behalf of the community for everything that you guys do here. So talk to us a little bit about Last Tuesdays.
You want to go?
You go right ahead.
Well, this April, next month will be 6 years.
6 years.
And it's called Last Tuesdays because it happens every last Tuesday of every month. And I think what separates us apart from the other. There's a lot of venues out there doing a lot of great things. Is we were a nonprofit organization. We were giving out proceeds. I think that's what made us different. You brought up spoken word poetry, just to let people know as well that we not just poets are up there. We got bands, we got all musicians, all types of things. But we only let one poet on a show. So like if you get picked, it's exciting. Yeah, it's a big deal.
Because poet.
Yeah, because a lot of people, especially with Steph Love, she's the one that's
and
definitely
they typically open the show.
Yeah, they're the first ones on to start the vibe. Because I think Steph Love and I, we have that background in spoken word poetry. We always start with the word.
Right.
And we're in a bar venue, so people are drinking, And I know a lot of people are like, yo, be quiet. But I think, the poet that we choose, they're going to get the audience to listen. A lot of poets do. That's how you know when you're dope. You don't got to tell the audience be quiet. People are just being quiet and listening to you.
Y'all are poets like that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Y'all had to think about it for a second. Ain't no thinking about it, for real. And I
Yeah,
think everybody out here would agree with me.
But I love hearing your stories. I mean, we're just doing it. We're having fun. So to hear, like, that perspective. Like, I'm excited to be on there. Even to bring up Mike Fiend and Verse and the Vibes and those other shows is great, man. It's great.
I mean, it was something that I took heavily into consideration when I started doing the Feature Sunday shows. I wanted it to be a little bit of everybody. So there is some Last Tuesdays in there. There is some Arts Out Loud in there.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, 6 years ago, if I could talk, I don't think a lot of the stuff existed. A lot of it is new. It's like new. When I started, I was doing this since 18, doing spoken word poetry. Me and this lady named Crystal Lee, we would have to go to D.C., New York to go beyond, what I'm saying? Because there wasn't really too many places. We had to travel out. Now, I think you can go every day of the week and find a place to speak. So that's great.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's great for artists who are like really trying to do it right now.
So how did y'all kick off Last Tuesdays? At what point did you say to yourselves, you know what, let's do this and let's call it this?
The real story was nobody was going to give you a Friday or Saturday night. So you had to take a Tuesday, and I took the last Tuesday. That's the real story, So I took during the week, but we got people out during the week, and it felt like a club night in there. And jokingly in my mind, I did Last Tuesdays jokingly in my mind because I wanted more than one poem. If you go to open mic, and I always respect you, and I tell you this a lot, open mics are cool, get your thing started. But Last Tuesday is really for the poet who could hold down a 10-minute, that spot. And I wanted more time. For me as an artist, because I was trying to do both at the same time. I was trying to be the artist and host.
Right.
So I wanted people to give that, that 10 or 15 minutes of shine, not just one poem, on that behalf.
Right. So you two are kind of looked at as the figureheads of Last Tuesdays, but you don't do it alone. A lot goes into putting together these events.
True. You can
wanna talk about that?
Talk about it, though.
So it is a team of 5. It's a team of 5. So it's obviously Marco's our host, our fearless leader.
Nah.
And
He's lying out with the Thundercats.
Right. And then we have Shane who does trivia. We have myself. I used to. I'll say this much. Last Tuesdays was my first feature, my first for real feature. So, I would feature or I would create a flyer. So, or both, So, I'm one of the designers. We have Shanika, who's one of the designers. She also does photo and video. And Raul, floor manager.
He's the man at the door, you'll see.
Yeah, he
He's
take
man
the
at
money. He take the money. So
Shout outs to all of them.
yeah.
And if I could plug in one more name, because we've been there for 6 years. There's this lady named Nelly. She was doing our photography. If you go through my feed, if you go through like a lot of the old school, a lot of the great pictures was Nelly. And I always believe, like, I'm an old school cat. I'm from like backyard parties, and we didn't care about media. Nelly was the one's like, I'm gonna take pictures for you. I'm gonna take pictures of the show, and that's how it did. People did out of love, just like we, our poet community, we just doing it out of love. She just started taking pictures, and she just was like, let's make this team, and she was there every month, and she made us make. She made us look like we were superstars. That's the cool thing about social media. Like, you make it look like it's great. And people, that's what social media is about. You make it seem like it's the greatest time of your life, which it is on a Tuesday night, which it is,
Yeah.
So I just want to plug that in because I don't know anything about pictures and all that stuff and media.
Yeah, she was a photographer for a long time. She had to step down. She had other things going on, but we still love her.
And flyers, if you like them, Shanika and Steph Love do them, so you can plug them in.
Yes.
Plug their names in. They got more. They talented. They're talented.
Stephanie Lask on my Facebook. Find her.
You know what I'm
Put
saying?
money
She
in her
does
pocket.
websites. She
Hey.
does things. You know what I'm saying? Like freelance out there. So.
I do things.
All right. You are listening to Chocolate Milk and Waffles. We are here with Last Tuesdays.
Yeah.
We are going to go to our first song. Up first, we've got Iris Perkins with The Resurrection Master.
Nice.
And we're back. You are listening to the Chocolate Milk and Waffle Show on Radio Free Radio. That was Iris Perkins with The Resurrection Master.
Yeah.
We have a caller on the line. Go ahead, caller. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Oh, hello, Chocolate Milk and Waffle Show.
Yeah.
Yes,
Hello.
how are you guys doing?
Good. How you doing, man?
You are good. Steph Love, you have a sexy voice.
Ah,
Uh-oh.
yeah.
I don't even know who I
Very,
am.
very, very sexy.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up, man? This is TK, a.k.a. Waffles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
I
did
don't
I
even know
know?
who this is. I gotta go.
Hey,
Yeah.
you missed out, Terrell. You missed out, man. Marco brought chocolate milk, man.
Oh, gosh, man.
That's for you,
I
man. I thought you were gonna
know.
be here. I got I got a gallon for each of y'all, man.
Oh, that's what's up.
I'm
Well,
double
down here-
fisting right now with the chocolate
Well,
milk.
I'm down here at Universal Studios.
Wow.
Nice.
Slapping Radio Free Radio stickers on places.
Nice.
And not trying to get in trouble. But I just want to let you guys
Thank
know
you.
I'm listening in between my roller coaster rides.
Word, that's what's
Word,
up.
well,
man.
that's what's up.
Appreciate you.
All right, thank you guys for definitely being with us today. I appreciate it. I wish I was there, but, you know,
You're with us
I got
in
to get
spirit.
some me time in.
That's
Yes,
Peace
sir.
and thank you for calling
Thank
in,
you.
man.
Thank
Enjoy
you.
Universal Studios.
Yes, sir.
We'll do that. We'll do that. Y'all stay, keep up. Peace.
All right, Waffle,
Peace.
peace. All right. That
Oh,
was
he's the
Terrell.
Waffle?
He's Waffle.
Oh shoot, I'm so racist. I thought
I
he was the
know,
chocolate man.
everybody
I'm so
says that. You know, we do it
I'm
on
so
purpose.
racist.
At this point, it's
I
like
was
it's
like-
fun to just
I was
let
like,
them
oh,
think
he's
that.
the Waffle?
Yeah.
People don't know Terrell's black.
It's
I know people know that.
and everybody's like, well, what's the meaning? What does it mean? The chocolate milk and the waffle.
Yeah, he
What does
said
it
peace
mean?
waffle. I was like, what?
No, it doesn't mean nothing. I like chocolate milk. You like
Yeah.
waffles. That's it.
Oh, wow.
It's not even deep.
Got you,
Not
if
got
you don't
you.
know,
Wow.
if you don't know you guys, then
Yeah,
of course you're gonna.
I got them chocolate milk. I got you chocolate milk. That's cool, man.
That and when
Yeah,
people hear chocolate milk and waffles, like, what the fuck? The chocolate milk and waffles.
yeah,
It's a
it sounds
complete
good.
breakfast.
So we're here on the Chocolate Milk and Waffle Show. Again, everybody, the number to call in if you'd like to call in to speak with Last Tuesdays. We've got 757-848-5920.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So I wanna dig into you guys as artists. So I'm gonna do it this way. Marco, talk to me about Steph Love as a writer.
Ooh.
Oh, man. Oh man,
Yeah,
I
Genuine.
gotta go.
I did it.
I gotta go.
I did it.
How about genuine from the heart? But how about I go back to where I met Stephanie? Like Stephanie was like
Yeah,
the epitome. She embodied hip hop. That's first. You know,
Indeed.
yes, we do spoken word poetry, but she understood the culture and she just loves the whole vibe. So her writing is very truthful. I don't think like all the nonsense has gotten to her. Hopefully it doesn't. You know, hopefully like there's a lot of nonsense out there that you gotta block, especially when you're trying to do shows and you're trying to do stuff, or you're just meeting a lot of people. Then you start figuring out some people are whack. But then like she blocks all that out and she speaks her truth. I think and to see her over the past years, I don't know if I'm speaking about her writing, people have noticed, people are asking for it, and that's what makes me like, yo, she's got a talent. She's got the writing that people want to hear and
Indeed.
need.
Same question for you about him.
Okay, so all right, so I have to start from my foundation. So I didn't even know that there were any open mics that went on in this area, and I think I had seen Marco host at Avanti.
Avanti's, yeah, that was a long
Avanti's,
time ago.
yeah.
Yep.
He was hosting, a showcase and whatnot. And I think I had heard you spit in between that, but I've always been intrigued by your stage presence, by what you spit about, all that. So, the first time I got to for real see him perform, like as a poet, a spoken word artist, was at the Soulicious Cafe. I said it right. Oh my God. I could not think about where the spot was. Jazzaray was hosting open mic. It was every Wednesday. It was, gosh, I can't even remember the name of the showcase or the open mic, but when I first saw him spit, he just like didn't even get on the mic. It was just like, this, he just kind of like walking throughout like this like aisle thing or whatever. And just like, I don't even remember what the piece was about. I feel
Well, that's a long time ago.
It was a minute
That's
ago.
a long time ago.
It's a minute ago, but I was just so intrigued, man. Like he captures, like
He does.
you're an
I
MC
appreciate it,
by
peace.
every sense of the word. You know what I mean? So, yeah. that's
Well,
it.
Maya Angelou has a good quote. It's not verbatim what she's. It's not about what people won't remember what you say, but people remember how you made them feel.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like made me
absolutely.
think like that. Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
a lot of good poets, a lot of good artists. I mean,
Yeah.
we're not gonna remember every word they said, but that
Yeah.
feeling that you get during that time period,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what it made me remind me of. And a lot of new people don't know that I'm an artist, so I appreciate it. So I appreciate when I get features from venue and Terrell asked me to perform, because I don't. A lot of these days people know me as the host because I host a lot, and that was part of my evolve. Unfortunately, my artistry took a fallback, but it's okay. I feel like last Tuesday a lot of people got on. We created this culture, this vibe about it. So that's fine.
Speaking of you as an artist, talk to me a little bit about Bits and Pieces.
Oh man, are you serious?
Yeah.
Bits and Pieces was my
I know it's-
first
I-
album.
Yeah,
man.
that's
I was
where
in
we're
my-
going, though.
I was in my 20s when I wrote that, and I was speaking about at that time when I was talking about Steph Love when she's not like at that time period, I was just writing. I didn't care about what the world was going. Now I'm living more conscious. And it's like sometimes it messes you up as a writer, and I'm trying to block all that out. That was just like freedom of like expression, bits and pieces. And it's called bits and pieces because I was only give you through an album. I can only give you bits and pieces of my life, you know, and that's what I did. And jokingly with my homeboys, like my homeboys don't listen to spoken word poetry, you know, and that's who I wanted to reach is people who didn't like. I mean, it's great that we're a poetry community. We listen, we support poets. Well, my whole objective was to, you know, get my homeboys to listen to what I was saying and. You know, and they don't even like poetry. They don't. It's like they're not gonna come to an open mic, and that's the whole point of Last Tuesdays as well. I wanted to get people that usually don't go out to open mic shows or poetry spots to come out. That's why I had to blend and bring the music in. Speaking of bits and pieces, yeah, like I think spoken word poetry. What I didn't like. When I said I do spoken word poetry to like people who don't know about it, they're like, "Do you guys do this?"
Indeed, we do.
You know, there's a stereotype. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool. Every genre, every type of art has their you know, their stereotypes. So bits and pieces like, yo, I'm gonna give you a little bit of this. Or people like, yo, you must be real conscious. You must listen to Mos Def. And at that time, I didn't even listen to Mos Def. You know, I didn't listen to conscious art music at that time. So you have, you know, we're talking about sexual pieces. You have. You know, different types of pieces on that album. I supposed to talk about bits and pieces. That totally makes sense.
It's a dope collective. I think.
Appreciate it.
It's a very good way to introduce yourself as
Thank
an
you.
artist to somebody who doesn't know Marco Mercado.
Appreciate it. And it was raw. Like looking back, it was raw. It was just me a cappella. There wasn't any beats. I was just me speaking. My homeboy pushed record, and we just did it.
Because for me, it's still fairly new, being that I'm so new on the scene. I just got the album last year.
Wow,
right around this time when you
I was
featured
giving
at the venue for me.
yeah.
So I got the album then, and it stayed on repeat for a long.
I appreciate that. I think a lot of my pieces are timeless too. You know, for me personally as an artist, I was getting tired of saying the same pieces. That's why I kind of fall back. But those pieces are timeless. Like
I find myself feeling that way too. Like
Same,
I think that happens.
same.
Yeah, right. Like
I think that's what great songs are timeless. You know, you can play if it's a great. You can at any time period or this. Are we allowed to cuss on this thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. The same shit that was going on like 10 or 20 years ago is still relevant. You could bring up a lot of songs, you know, back then, or songs or poems that are still relevant today. You know.
yeah. So what about you?
What about me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
When
don't-
your
I
albums
don't
and videos
have a-
coming out.
I don't have any projects. I get it all
But
the time.
I'm sure you've been asked.
I've been
Yeah.
asked a
Yeah.
million times
Yeah.
over and over again, when are you coming out with a project? And every time I'm like, yeah, I'm going to finally do it. Like something happens, life happens, or I just get too busy. Like I keep saying yes to features. I keep saying yes to certain projects, or, you know.
We're gonna take a picture of you and put it on Facebook. If I get 1 million likes, I will put out a project.
Nah,
just
not
gonna-
a million likes.
You can post and just plaster that shit everywhere.
But that's how bits and pieces, if I can cut it, that's how bits and
Yeah,
pieces came
absolutely.
about. People have been asking me so much, and this is
Yeah.
during the college scene. I graduated from ODU, and people when you have a community on campus, people were like not trapped. We were there, so people keep on asking. So that's how it came about. I was like, cool. I never thought I was gonna come out with an album, so that's why it came about. People kept on asking, so I'm surprised Steph Love doesn't have it, you know.
Man. I'm
But a lot of things
surprised,
pop
too.
up.
Yeah, I'm sure it's coming at some point.
At some point, yeah. There's been some talks.
Yeah. So where are you at as an artist right now? I've been watching you perform
Everywhere.
recently, and your work is changing.
It's changing.
You've kind of been known as the hip hop poet, but as a writer, you're digging a little more into some personal topics.
Yes. I would like to say that, like, I think it was last year, I, like, for the very first time cried on stage. Like, I said a piece about my dad. My dad passed away 2 years ago, and that was probably the hardest piece I've ever had to write and say, you know, perform, whatever. So I just feel like from that moment, I feel like that's when I started to really feel, you know, even though I had been writing personal stuff, I just don't always share my personal stuff. And I feel like sometimes there's a fear. There's a fear to be so vulnerable on stage, you know.
It takes a lot to get up there and perform, period.
Yes.
Let alone when it's something that's genuinely coming from you.
Absolutely. Yeah. So right now, like, because, you know, when I first started, a lot of people were just expecting these poems about hip hop from me. And I wanted, I'm just like, man, I don't always write about hip hop, but when I do, no, but no, like,
I body it.
I just wanted to show, an array of topics that I write about, like, basically just whatever hits me, if it's a situationship, if it's, a crush, if it's, some shit that's going on in the news, like, if it's for a friend, like I just want to, whatever comes out, so.
Did you say situationship?
I did.
Wow.
That
I don't know.
You
She's
need
a
to
poet.
hashtag that one. Copyright quick. Real quick.
You're an
I've heard it a
artist.
million times,
have
so
you?
yeah, it ain't my word.
Y'all
So
are artists.
I just say it.
We are all artists, and you are listening to the Chocolate Milk and Waffle Show on Radio Free Radio. The number to call in, should you feel so inclined, is 757-848-5920. Up next, we've got Jeff Hewitt with Minister of Grace. And we're back. You are listening to the Chocolate Milk and Waffle Show on Radio Free Radio.
Yeah.
The number to call in with your questions, comments, or concerns is 757-848-5920. One more time, that is 757-848-5920. And we are here with Steph Love and Marco Mercado. Last Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Last Tuesdays is in the building.
Yeah.
Speaking of buildings.
Yeah,
I see what you
nice.
did there.
Nice transition.
Let's hear it. Let's talk about some of the highs and lows that have been befalling our beloved Last Tuesdays lately.
Well, like I brought up earlier, this April of Last Tuesday will be our 6th year. But for
6
those
years.
6 years, for those who've been following us, though, our last show was November. We always take December off because a lot of people are holidays. So we're supposed to start up in January. Something happened there. February, we found out, or January, mid-January, mid-February, we found out the location we've been doing the show for 6 years, went out of business for whatever reason. He had his own personal thing.
Yeah.
That went out. So basically for the past month, we've been on a hunt. Venue was nice. Thank you to Georgia. A lot of people offered, so thank you for that.
Thank you.
You want me to tell you one of my personal reasons why we declined?
The alcohol?
The good shot.
That
I told
shine?
Steph Love, I told Steph Love, I was like, yo, I like alcohol in the building. I respect I respect open mics because it's pure art, you know what I'm saying? But for me, my whole culture and my vibe is alcohol, but people are chilling. You catch people who people who are just there to get a drink, but then whoa, they get attracted to the show. That was my whole thing as well on that behalf too. So, sorry, but anyways, that was my segue. We found the good news. We
Yeah.
found a freaking location
That's
just
what's
yesterday.
up.
Just
Location?
yesterday. Yeah, appreciate that. So our 6-year anniversary will be at a new location called The Lounge on Holland Road. And
The
it's
Lounge,
like
Holland
real
Road.
nice in there. It's like classy, like Miami type style. The
Nice.
dude's got like
Yo,
leather couches,
They
VIP
got like white
type
leather
style. Yeah.
couches in there.
We won't do a
Holland
VIP at our show, but he's got it set up like that.
Nice.
So-
Holland Road in Virginia Beach. Whereabouts on Holland Road? Because that's closer to my house than
Oh yeah.
the old spot
We
was.
need
It's
to
like
Google
right
it.
across from the Kroger, I believe that
Yeah,
is.
right
Like,
across
The
from
new
the Kroger.
Kroger?
Yep.
Yep.
No
Where
kidding.
that Planet
Yep.
Fitness
Oh!
is.
It's
The
in the
shopping
cut.
center. Yeah,
The
it's
lounge
legit.
is in the cut.
Yep.
man.
Oh,
Yeah.
Right by, I think
you
Bagel
know what?
Works
You've
is
been to
there.
Arts
Bagel
Out
Works.
Loud, right? Where
Yes.
they do
Yeah, right across. Yeah, that shopping center across. Yeah,
We're gonna
perfect.
be neighbors.
Yeah, right across that Holland Road. Perfect. Yeah, right across.
I'm sure
from
they'll
Arts
bring
Out
you a
Loud.
bread basket
Peace. Yeah.
and a
Arts Out
bottle of
Loud.
wine for Margot.
No, I appreciate. People gotta think I'm an alcoholic now. I just like the alcohol to be in there. But anyways, it loosens up some of the artists.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the people.
Some of the artists.
And
Yeah, some of the artists are like, all right, I'm good now. Let's go.
That's
Except for
fine.
me, I'm like, no, I can't
Yeah.
drink until after I've spit. Like, I just can't.
Yeah, I've never tried to perform drunk. It's never.
it's not cool.
I'm not a
fun.
drinker. Though.
Especially with poetry, poetry is hard, man. My homeboys who do rap, no disrespect, like you got a beat. If you mess up, people can still vibe to a beat. You mess up as a poet, it's
That's
just
it.
it's just you. It's just you.
I
You know.
Yeah.
Like poets, we're the hardest. Us and comedians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Comics got it tough, bro.
Yeah.
Man, comics got it tough. Especially like when you are in a mixed genre open mic.
Yeah.
And you're a
There you go.
comedian that
Yeah.
has to go up after the girl who just did the most heart-wrenching
Wow.
poem
Oh,
Yeah.
about the darkest days of her life, and she's emotional. The crowd's emotional. Everybody's feeling heavy. Now you got to go up there and you got to make them laugh.
Welcome to Last Tuesdays. That's how our show is.
Right?
You might, that might happen at Last Tuesday show.
So hey, everybody.
But we got good artists that
You
really
do.
gonna captivate the crowd, and that's the whole purpose of Last Tuesday.
Yeah.
We're not gonna waste people's time on a Tuesday night. We got
Yeah.
5 dope artists. Like they're gonna go hard. Those 5 people. You know.
So when's the first show at the lounge?
It is going to be the last Tuesday of April.
Nice.
April
Okay,
26th
right
is
away.
the last year.
April
So
Right
the
away.
number's different all the time, of course, but people would need to plug
Right,
in. It's the
right,
last
last
Tuesday of every
Tuesdays.
month. Yep.
Last
Yep.
Tuesdays
Yeah.
is now at the lounge on Holland Road in Virginia Beach.
Yay.
Congratulations.
Thank you for that plug-in. Thank you for
Yes,
that plug-in.
absolutely. To
Yeah.
both of you and
Thank
to the
you.
whole team and shit to the whole community. We need Last Tuesdays too.
Thank you.
It was
Appreciate
yeah.
yeah.
It was a hard pill to swallow. I think.
Oh,
A lot of us
gosh.
got to lose
Wow.
Gosh, it was-
Wow.
I had a lot going on. I always have a lot going on, but when that news
Yeah.
hit, I was like, oh my gosh, man! Like, I was like, what are we gonna do?
Yeah.
We were talking about off air. Steph Love is hardcore, man. She's like really devastating and things. I'm
Yeah.
more like chill, laid back. I'm like, yo,
He's
they
not
got.
like
I spoke
The
to you
team
that
is like
day.
that. Yeah,
You were
you
so
did.
down.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man. I got off the phone. I was like, Patty to the Batcave.
Oh,
Wow,
we
that's
gotta-
nice.
we gotta
you
see what we can do.
guys.
Yeah,
Thank
shout out.
you. Thank you.
We'd have brought kegs in if
My
worst
bad,
case
man.
scenario.
I appreciate you plugging it. I feel bad. Like, yeah, it's cool. I started when I was 18. I was going to like open mics where there's no alcohol and things like that. It was just part of our culture now that we've cultivated, whatever I guess you could
Word.
say.
That's what's up.
And people in the back at Last Tuesday doing vapes. We got some homeboys in the back vaping. We're not promoting anything. I'm just saying that's just the vibe.
Yeah, who you got on the lineup?
That is a surprise.
We got a meeting like right
enough.
after this.
Yeah,
we can say we're going to a
meet.
Fair
meeting.
enough.
There's like the 3 other members. We're actually going from after this show to our meeting to
Yes.
see what's up. Because we just got the news yesterday.
Oh wow.
So-
Yesterday.
And off air, Steph Love was telling me we had 3 months already booked to like
Yes.
May. So
Right.
but a lot of the months changed up due to we missed a month or 2 of shows. So we're
Right.
gonna figure out who can make who's
Man,
available.
y'all's
It's gotta be tough.
February lineup was.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
it
Oh,
was-
my God.
Mwah.
Man.
Oh,
That's
I-
cool.
I couldn't wait to be there.
And that's the point. We want pop on the flyers when people say these names. They're like, "Yo, we want to go check these people out." And you were just talking about PoeCon, all these things that are coming up over there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And that's what it's about. You
We'll
know?
get to
You
the
know,
shameless
something-
plugs a little bit later.
Okay.
in the
So
show.
I'm just
For sure.
saying, like, that's
For
the
sure.
reason. I mean, I'm getting like quote unquote older. Like, I can't go out every day of the week when people are doing. I gotta go out. Like, I know I'm gonna have a good time, and no disrespect to other people. Like, I'm like, yo, this is gonna be a good show. I'm gonna come out. to
Yeah,
this,
yeah.
You know? So when
Yeah.
I see Steph Love on the fly, I know I'm okay. My
Oh,
money's worth
man.
it type
Right.
ordeal.
I hope so. No, it's good.
Yeah, I think that's how people feel when they see both of your names on a flyer.
Appreciate
They're
it.
like,
Peace.
oh, okay.
Really.
Cool.
And I think we all collectively look forward to that monthly flyer from you guys to see
Cool.
who is going to
Aw,
be on it.
man.
Cool.
And
cool,
to check out the graphics because it's always
Yeah, Steph Love,
Steph
Shanika, what
Love
up?
and
Puts it down.
Shanika.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you are listening to the Chocolate Milk and Waffle Show on Radio Free Radio. The number to call in is 757-848-5920. We're going to cut to another track. This is Benediction by Billy Mercury.
Adios mio.
You are listening to the Chocolate Milk and Waffle Show on Radio Free Radio. And we've got a caller on the line. Go ahead, caller. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yo, what up?
What
Hey,
up?
I'm calling from my crib, bro.
What up, though?
Yo, what's happening? Hey, what up, Marco? What up, Steph?
What's
What
up?
up? What up?
How y'all feeling?
Chilling. Thank you for calling in.
Thank you for calling.
Yo, props on acquiring the lounge for the last
Yeah.
rotation.
Thank you.
Hey,
Cool.
Terrell, for the people who don't know that it's you, tell the world your name.
Oh, shoot, my fault. Yo, my name is E.S.
Yeah.
S-E-A-Y-A-E-S.
Yeah.
But Terrell is how some know him best.
Indeed. You know, doing my thing.
You been
But
last
yeah.
Tuesdays.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
You good?
No, what was you saying?
No, you were featured at last Tuesdays.
A few times. A few
Yeah,
times.
yeah. I'm out. Yo, every time I'm like, oh shit, I got last Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's how much of a pillar y'all are. You know what I'm saying?
Peace.
As far as like
Thank
artists
you.
around here are concerned.
Indeed.
So,
Thank you.
This guy,
Yeah,
he's out
yeah.
everywhere, man. Respect to you, man. He's
Yeah.
out everywhere,
Yeah,
man.
you're- yeah.
Always saying what's up. I like that.
Thank you. Big
man,
supporter.
I appreciate that. I got a question for y'all though. Like, I know, Marco, you said that you've been doing spoken word for, since you was like 18 or whatever. Y'all been doing it for a minute. So like, have y'all seen it like evolve, like as far as spoken word in general is concerned? Like, how have y'all seen it progress and evolve since y'all first started? Like, not just like locally, but I'm just saying like around like the world and shit. You know what I'm saying?
On a positive note, it's more people, and it's more accepted, it's more known. That's my two words. And there could be a fault, there could be a negative too, but I don't know if you want to hear the negative.
No. What's the negative? What's the negative? What's the negative?
I'm like,
I don't know. A lot of people, it's just becomes like rap too, where a lot of people start sounding the same, and you take somebody else's
and everybody
rhythm.
thinks they can do it.
Yeah, everybody thinks they can do it. That's a good one. Yeah, everybody thinks they can do it. You know,
And they can't.
But that's what the open mic is there for.
Right.
And just to plug in, last Tuesdays we're not an open mic, and I bring this up a lot. Like, we choose 5 good artists that are gonna, ES has been
Rock
there.
a
Like,
house,
they're
right.
gonna rock the house. You know, if you want to answer this question, that's my name.
how like. I have to agree. It does. I feel like everyone has their own style, but everyone, like, after a while, like, some of them poems might, start to, like, fall into each other, I guess. Like some of the voice, some of the cadence, the rhythm. But I think, I don't know. I personally haven't seen anyone sound the same. I think I can say that. I will also say that not everybody gets the title. You know what I'm saying? Not every, like, I feel like you have to work for it. You can't just like come off and be like, I'm this. You know? And it's the same. It's the same for hip hop. It's the same for a musician. You can't call yourself, this profound.
Yeah, you need to have the word aspiring in front of it for a long time.
Yeah. I mean, I wrote poetry for years, but I didn't start doing spoken word until 6 years ago. Because I didn't know that it even existed. Like,
I just knew you was writing poems on the uterus.
on the uterus, like tattooing them.
Yeah, like just graft.
Nah. But I mean, I had to work for my title, I'll say.
Well, you earned it for sure, both of you.
Thank you.
Peace.
Thank you.
Thank you, caller. Appreciate you.
Appreciate it,
Thank
man. We'll see you at the last
you.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
I appreciate y'all, man.
Hey, bro,
Word.
take the chicken out the freezer for me.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna make some ice cream too. You know what I'm saying?
Ice cream.
Y'all making ice cream? Y'all are
I'm gonna
amazing.
that shit.
Wow.
All right, bro. Peace.
Yo, this show needs to be on the Vice. I just got put onto the Vice. I don't know if y'all seen that TV show. It's like they just do there's this dude who does, like, he brings comedians in his house. That's what I feel like I'm on. It's cool, like, great talent just in one location.
Appreciate it, man.
Nah, that's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Well, we're definitely lucky to have the vehicle to be able to
Yo,
do
this is a
something
nice
like
vibe, a
this
nice
for
thing
the
y'all
community
doing.
and
It's just more
to be able to
outlets.
focus people. Yeah, absolutely. So one more time, last Tuesdays we'll be kicking back off April 26th at the Lounge on
The
Holland
Lounge.
Road.
Yeah.
With a
So
lineup
nice
that
in
is
there.
yet to be announced.
Yet to be
Yeah.
announced.
Very
We're meeting
exciting news.
Literally right after.
Why don't you
this.
let the people know where they can find you on all the social media sites?
You're good at that.
All right. So on Facebook, Stephanie Lask. That's my real name. Instagram is SL5. That's 5 spelled out. FIVE. Twitter is Steph_love500. And if you're not going to remember all that, try to remember this. spokenwordbysteph.com. That has all my social media on it. So
Yeah, even to get on the show, you can go through Steph Love. You can go through me. I'm at Marco of Last Tuesdays on Facebook. Also, if you want to turn in, send in your information, because this is how we get emails, or we know people. Somebody tells us, hey, and we listen to music. That's how we pick our artists. Or you can email. Let me read this card real quick. teamlt@lasttuesdays.org. Oh, that's our website. Well, check out our website. lasttuesdays.org, you know.
Yeah.
Just check us out there and send us your information. So we do it once a month, you know. So some people have to wait. Some people get mad, and that's great. I mean, it's once a month show, and we're a nonprofit. For those of you, we give all of our door proceeds go to the artists. So that was another point. It's like, hey, we're putting money in your pocket.
Guys apart from everyone.
And
the
the idea was like, yo, artists need to put in too. Like, so that's what made me grow as an artist. Is like, yo, it's not just the artistry. If you want to get, quote unquote big, whatever, well known, you got to do other stuff besides the art as well.
Promote the events you're in, people.
There you go.
That's a whole nother hour conversation. And God, I wish we had the time, but we most certainly
That'd be another theme you could have right there. That's a good one.
Yeah,
man.
I think we're going to have to go there one night. Again, thank you both for being here. Congratulations to Last Tuesdays. You just can't keep a good thing down, and we are extremely proud of you guys. All right, you have been listening to the Chocolate Milk and Waffle Show on RadioFreeRadio.com, on RadioFradio.com. Check us out next week when we will have Q5 on the show.
Q5.
Shout out to Terrell. Miss you, brother. We do what we do because we includes you. Good night.